Hey there, people. Yeah, so going to be taking our first trip. Just had the first game. So let me explain. Just had the first game, home opener in Dallas. Great. I decided I'm going to do a travel series that connects the dots between the cities we go to. So they're going to be flight videos mostly on Aerofly FS4. Passenger series is going to be me chatting while we're flying. So if you like Aerofly FS4, you might like it. If not, it's not going to be what you see. But here I had my first flight from Houston to our next game is in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And I tried to get FS Fly started from Dallas, and I couldn't. And so I did the flight from Houston and back. You'll see that coming up really quick. But I figured it out afterwards what I was doing wrong. So from now on, I fly to Dallas. But so to connect the dots here, I'm going to make a short trip from Dallas down to Houston. And the premise is we had a little snafu with the travel. It's our first travel agent. And team flies charter. Tommy G and Pete J being announcers. We go coach. So I'm taking the Fiat Abarth from my home area. There's Fort Worth. Actually looking west at Fort Worth. So the premise is that my house back there, just west of Fort Worth. And I'm going to set my cruise, which is why I have it kept open a little bit. It's 7:32 p.m. No, that's when I think I would get there. Okay. So it's 2:56 p.m. The idea then driving down to Houston, spend the night, get on the flight the next morning. It's a United flight down to San Juan. And, you know, I think there's a few people who watch the games and might find the, you know, sort of the transition interesting. I really like Aerofly FS4, so I'll have to see how this series works. Oh no, I was turning right to get up. If it gets no views, I could always put it on Twitch, but I like kind of talk. I got a lot of stuff I got to do down here in my studio in the basement, so I figure I could do some of that stuff while I'm just talking. So it'll be like Hangouts. I know on Twitch they've got stuff that's called like Hangouts. And I'm going to set my cruise one minute. Wait, what is the speed limit? 65? Okay. Oh, it's maybe 60.
Right, and then exit right.
Suppose I could always go 65. Okay. So I gotta get off.
Right.
Oh no, wait. I do have to exit right here. Sorry. Alright, so I set my cruise. I can turn this off. As you can see, I need gas though. I'm gonna get gas at the first exit here. Just west of Dallas. I'm right now again just south of Fort Worth. We're heading east on the 30 towards Dallas. And before we get there, so yeah, the thing that sucks is if I were flying out of DFW, this would be a short little drive, and that would be. Now, I'm not for every game. I'm not going to drive to the airport. It's just going to be the flights. So again, if it's boring, you don't need to see it. If you like the look of it, it really is an impressive flight. And for the price, for the performance, again, it does. Whoa, no, I want to go here. I want to go here. This is where I gotta get my fuel. I'm almost out of gas. That's right. That was a jerk move.
Go straight.
Hold on a second. Make sure I don't get an accident. Yeah. So normally you just see the flight. There'll be the game, and then you get the flight back. And this one, though, I figured since I'm starting at Houston, we're supposed to be based in Dallas. I'm like, well, that's kind of there's connecting flights where you could fly from Dallas down to Houston. In fact, I was looking online to try and get these flights. I set my flight up at real world time. So you're not only going to see the flight, but I picked an airline. I picked the airline. I looked up exact flight, and then I tried to pick the airline and set up that exact flight. We'll run right over here. Oh, I gotta stop at the red light though.
then turn left.
So it's a United flight at, I forget what time in the morning, but in United that time of the morning, and nonstop out of Houston. I didn't see any nonstops out of, yeah, I think there was some for American Airlines, but
when possible,
so that'll be part of the challenge. Now normally cars would pull here, but again, it's a car mod for trucks, so. And I'm gonna go the wrong way. There we go. So I also had to meet Pete at the airport. All right, turn it off, get out. Ugh, what is going on with me car? The flight out in the morning, and then a flight back to Houston. And there's connecting flights that go from Houston to, or from Dallas to Houston, but I didn't want to do that. I figured this would be more interesting. If you're even interested whatsoever. All right, plenty of gas. No sleep till Houston. It's a nice sunny afternoon, so I got the convertible with the top down. Although I will probably have to buy another car for when it's raining. But the weather looks so good. Hopefully it holds up for the drive back. When I make the drive back, I'll bring the second portion back in the car as well. So this first one from, I'm gonna make this light.
Then turn left.
From Houston to San Juan and back to Houston, it's going to be longer than most of them. Normally, I'm going to try and keep them between each leg between a half an hour and 40 minutes. This one's going to be it could be slightly longer than that just because of this driving portion. But Dallas to Houston is not a long drive, and again, it would be because there's a snafu with the travel agent for the team. But yeah, so I like this car. I've downloaded a handful of car mods. This one being the Fiat Abarth, and drives really well. Looks great too, and I really like it a lot. I wonder if I could change the Texas plate, or change to a Texas plate. I got like a European thing on it. Dallas city limit. Dallas half a mile.
Stay left.
Will do. So yeah, I tried 4 other cars, and none of them were this nice. So you could shop around for some mods out there. I did. So here's another thing. Yeah, so I got a lot to tell you about. Well, I want to get on my cruise control, and then I'll talk some more. Where's the resume? There we go. Resume. That's way too slow. I need to be going a little faster. I can go 65. Right, I think let's see if I go here. 60. Let me go accelerate.
Stay left, and then stay right.
Okay, 65. There we go. Oh, speed limit 70. Well, I don't know what it changes to from here and there, so...
Stay right, and then exit right.
Well, it's going to be a slow... You can see that's quite a turn here.
Right.
So, I forgot what I was even talking about. Hold on here. Let me get... Because I was trying to get back up to my thing. Resume. Yeah, that's mostly for trucks. There's the car mod. Oh yes, the car mods. So I had 5 different car mods, and what I did, I tested them out because I had to do some. I do these cutscenes, or these actually intro videos for the baseball season. And it starts off. I get my little intro with music. It's something I downloaded off of Banzoid, I think is where I got my intros. Picked a new intro, got some of the music that I composed a while back. And then for the baseball game, I do either a flyover or a street scene in the city that we're visiting. And for Dallas, I did I did more than half of them using street scenes from American Truck Simulator. So I drove this car around the city and I got a bunch of different shots. So a lot of my street scenes for Dallas are me driving around here looking for neat looking areas to get the B-roll for the beginning segments. I did that at four other cities outside of Dallas. The rest were Microsoft Flight Simulator flyovers of the city. And I have a few of those for Dallas as well. But to do that, you can go to, there's like a, within the code in this sim, you could do like tilde and then go to LOS or LOS for Los Angeles, and it'll transport your camera there, but not your vehicle. So you could go straight there and get shots. But what I found out is if your vehicle's not there, this game, it renders traffic around your vehicle. So if you want to see traffic on the roads, you got to take shots around your vehicle. If you switch your camera halfway across the country, you get like Los Angeles, but empty streets, which is really creepy. It doesn't look natural. So I figure I got to get my vehicle there. Now you can go quick travel in this game, and it costs you money, but you can quick travel to certain cities in other states. Like each state allows you one or two cities off the bat. Hey, look at that. Boy, I'm going slow. I'm going to accelerate a little more. I'm going to go 70. Because I'm in a car, and why not, right? Oh, I love those trucks. But if it's not a city that you can quick travel to, then you can't fast travel there. So what I did is I took a Land Rover, took it from Phoenix, drove all the way out to LA, did the LA street scenes. I did a quick travel with a BMW to Seattle, and then drove from Seattle down to Tacoma, took the shots there. So I'm traveling around the country with the video team to get these lead-in scenes. I've never been down here in game before, like in my truck series, and so this is all new scenery to me. Nice tan arm I got there, huh? Something pulling up next to me. I'm getting passed by haulers. That's embarrassing. But I don't know when the speed's gonna change, so I'm gonna leave it like this. So anyway, I drove down to Tacoma, took the street scenes there. I did a fast travel in like an Audi.
Stay left.
To let me change my scale on this thing. What I would need Sleep maybe by Houston. I don't know. Fast travel on an Audi to, where else did I go? LA, Tacoma, Colorado Springs, and one more. What was the other one I did street scene for? Tacoma, Colorado Springs. It's in the Southwest because that's where this game has stuff. Oh, Oakland. So I drove 4 different cars there, and some of them were okay, some of them were bad. The Land Rover was not a good one, really loud. The Audi was okay. But this is the best one. It's the most comprehensive. It's the most realistic, I think. Drives the smoothest. Like, you know, it's not strange. I hope I don't get any weather here because I got the convertible. I noticed if it does rain, it's got a thing where it doesn't consider it to be open. It's as if you have a roof, but it's clear. That's the way the game treats it. So you'll see rain on top of, you know, landing up here, Huntsville. So it's pretty weird. I just hope I don't get that. Graphically speaking, it, you know, it sort of kills the immersion. But like, oh, I got my lights on. I could get a ticket for not having my lights on. What the heck time is it? I can't tell. That that display there is just static, so it's not really 7:46. It's 6:22 p.m. as we pass through Huntsville. Let's go. Okay, that kind of shows we are 6:30 p.m. We'll get down there 7:40. About an hour drive from where we're at. Check in the hotel. Get some sleep. Get to the airport in the morning, and you'll see within this same video, you'll see our flight out to San Juan, Puerto Rico. So I'll give the lead into that. It's Aerofly FS4. Again, the ground up close, the ground textures are not nearly as impressive as Microsoft Flight Simulator. As you get airborne, it looks pretty darn sharp. So, and the game performs incredibly well. With recording, I'm at ultra settings. I was averaging, I think, 124 frames a second. It's amazing. Whereas in Microsoft Flight Simulators, I'd be in medium settings, getting maybe 30 frames a second. So, and there's a ton of aircraft in this. So, and I know I did that once before. I did a Passengers series where Pete and I were going to, in the off season. What's this? Is that? I can't see the name of who that is. Doggone it! But we'll have to get a picture of that on the way back. Pete and I went to Spain in the off season. I think I have time to get around these guys. But I got somebody coming up behind me. I'm not going to risk it. Oh, I have adaptive cruise control.
And then exit right.
I forgot about that. That's how good I am. I have adaptive cruise control, so my car slowed down as I got close to that truck. Are we getting off at exit 66 here? Yeah, so you'll see Houston Airport on this one. Oh, and then, so the thing I found out about, and you'll see as we land in San Juan, it's high definition textures for the United States and Europe. And outside of those areas, they've got lower resolution, which still looks fairly good from a higher altitude. But there's a beta where they're having higher resolution textures across other parts of the world, but it's a work in progress. So as you get close to San Juan, you can see some areas a little higher texture and other important areas.
Turn left.
How? Oh, up here. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't do that right. Sorry, guy. I'm from the Dallas area, and Newly too. So there's a lot of lower res textures in San Juan. Plus, they don't have every conceivable airport as an airport you can go to. So sometimes you'll see a runway out there. It looks like a runway, but it's not technically known as an airport. Now you can land anywhere when you're flying, but when you're trying to program, autopilot to go to a location, or in this case, what I do is I hit the C button, which has your co-pilot take over the entire flight. That's why you could do just a passenger. And those places internationally, there'll be a recognized airport there, but the runway textures aren't really. So it looks like you're landing on dirt, or kind of, tarmac colored dirt, because it just doesn't have the high resolution yet. So that kills it a little bit at the end. But once you take off and you're looking back at it, it looks believable. You'll see. I guess I don't need to talk about that now, but
Stay right.
Here I'm talking about it.
Turn right.
So we did so I'm getting close to the airport now. I think we're here in Houston. So this wasn't a long trip.
Turn right.
IAH, that's us. And I don't know exactly where to go in. I put a marker on the freight depot, but I don't know if I want to go freight. I think Houston Intercontinental Airport. I think we'll go here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Even though, oh yeah, so I could turn in here.
Recomputing.
Yeah, I'll just go in here somewhere.
Make a U-turn.
Or I guess this is a freight area, but where the heck do you go if you were going to go passenger? I don't even know where that would be.
Rerouting.
I guess this is the freight area, and oh, I got to turn here.
Please make a U-turn when possible.
Well, I'll go in and I'll find out, and then
Okay, let's find a new route.
I'll see where this where's the hotel in town? Maybe this.
Make a U-turn.
Maybe I just go to the hotel. Let's see here. Let's go to the map. Hold on. Hang on. There would be a hotel that we'd stop at, right? And it's that thing. That's not really much of a hotel, right? That's also a. Well, we'll figure it out. We are in Houston. We're at the airport. We'll just end this here, and then we'll pick it up from here again. We'll park our car out here because we know the freight people, so they'll let us park our car here. We'll take a cab. We'll take a cab on out to the hotel, and I'll just leave my car here. The guys here know my company. They're like, yeah, just leave the car here, man. We'll take it. That's one of the perks of being a driver. All right. So anyway, check us out. We're gonna. The next shot's gonna be us coming in at the runway. We're gonna be taking off actually this runway, heading out. So here we go on over to Houston the following morning for our flight out to San Juan, Puerto Rico. All right, it's the next morning, Sunday morning, and we've had a flight booked. United Airlines, a 737 MAX 9, taking off here from Houston. Again, we had a little snafu with the travel group, but the United flight, these are actually real world flights. So I found a real United flight. Anytime I go between these places, I look for actual flights, and you can see here this one's 1333, 1:30 p.m. UTC, which I think is 7:30 a.m. Local time in Houston. Here's the wind conditions, mostly calm. Winds coming 220 out of the southwest, low turbulence, basically good weather, high visibility, good day to fly. So it should be a pretty smooth and pleasant flight. And the premise is here, we're taking off out of Houston. We head left and down. We're going to be it's a distance of 1,823 nautical miles. We're gonna cruise at 30,000 feet. And basically, you know, what the premise is I'm on the window, got a producer in the middle seat. It's got the mixer in the seat tray thing, and is recording as we push back. And then Pete comes on after he gets settled. Sometime after we take off, starts talking a little ways into the flight. We're taking the Bean 3 arrival, taking off and departing runways 26. And then when Pete gets in, we'll start talking. But okay, so here we are. We just got clearance to take off and rolling out. All right, and we're starting to level off the takeoff. As you can see down here, this is Aerofly FS 4 simulator. The simulator, I got it again because it's just it runs so well. It's so smooth. The graphics are good about 3,000 feet above the ground and higher. And this is an accurate representation of what Houston actually looks like, roads and everything. You know, buildings are all in the proper place. It doesn't have the same graphical fidelity as a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, but it still looks really good, I think. And for the purposes of what we're going to do for these segments, it works better. There's no stutter, no stagger. It's only when you're close to the ground that you got to kind of give it a little bit of imagination. Right here, we're making our bank on the departure, but yeah, so I mean, United not my first choice, but yeah. So what I do is when I look at these, I pick days of the week that we are playing, and essentially I see we're playing. You know, our game airs on a Friday. It'd be a Friday. We'd be leaving on a Sunday, and exactly what date I go online and I look up actual flights. In this case, I looked up Houston because again, I messed up when I was trying to do a flight out of Dallas, and I couldn't get it to work. So I did Houston. I since realized what I was doing wrong, and so we'll be going from Dallas, you know, every time thereafter. But I was able to look at, you know, flights going out of Houston to San Juan, and there's tons of different aircraft in this game that you can pick from. But I just picked a regular, you know, I just picked like what I think would be on this route, and then from there you got different liveries. So it's the liveries available that sort of decided what I was going to go with. You can start to see Houston off in the distance, down to the lower right. 1 second, please. All right, yeah. So Pete's looking around trying to get his headset. We got an issue with the headset right now, but we're gonna fix that, and then he'll pop on. But yeah, so essentially, I look at the different livery that are available for each type of aircraft, and that tells you what airline. So they've got a United one. So I looked up flights from the United to San Juan on Sunday, April, whatever that was, and this it came up with several. And I thought, okay, well, what one would you probably book? You wouldn't get one like you wouldn't get a red-eye flight. Wouldn't need that. There's 4 days between games, so I figured, well, I would book something for morning, especially since you drove down last night, but not too early. So I think 7:30 a.m. was okay. And then they get down there, it's like a 3-hour flight. So 10, 11, it's like noon or 1 o'clock p.m. And then we would have the whole next day, theoretically. And again, this is all just backstory stuff. It's just, we're telling a story here, people. We're embellishing on the whole season. We get down there, oh, there's a nice view of Houston, huh? We would get down there and do sightseeing the next day. And then the following day is the ball game. So, and you know, coming off that first game win like we did, that was really we're really riding a high here. So hoping to keep a perfect record going as long as we can. But yeah, so that's the premise. So what we do in these segments here is we do, you know, take off, level out till about 15 minutes in when they would serve the drinks. We fade to black, so you don't have to see the whole flight. That would be the, you know, the cruise portion. And then we pick up about 20 minutes from landing as we're making the approach into Puerto Rico. And there we switch. So for this first segment, we're going to talk mostly about this last game. And if you haven't seen it, go back and see it. It was great. It was a great game. And so we talk about what worked well, what didn't work well, what we noticed for the team. This is our first game with the team. We noticed how they did. And basically it was a show we used to do on what we called Live from the Hive, which we did on Twitch. And it was every quarter we would do sort of, you know, backroom statistics, talking about who we looking at and stuff like that, possible trades, just talking strategy. And that's what this is going to do, except we're going to do it on the road between every road game. So, and there won't usually be this much lead in by me to fill in the beginning. So don't worry, it's not just the Tom show. We'll get Tom P. And he's almost ready here. He's about to get on. But so yeah, that's the plan. And then we're coming down in towards Puerto Rico. We're going to want to, you know, start talking about the next game. What we figured, what games happened before, what the scores were, how well the swordfish look, you know, what they look like, stuff like that. So that's gonna be okay. We're almost ready here. He's what are you looking for, gum? He's saying you can't hear him. Hey, quit with the gestures. I know what that means. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, that's going to be the show. We hope you enjoy it. And without much further ado, once we get stuff settled here on the aisle seat, we should be able to get this thing wrapped up. You almost ready there? This is so far a nice smooth flight going out of Houston. You can see the Gulf out in the distance there. So we're packing it in. Just give us a few moments here, and then we'll pick back up. I'm gonna mute myself for just a moment here, and we'll get settled. One moment. All right, you good there? You got the headset on?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're gonna leave that armrest up, aren't you?
Yes, sir. And it's mine too. It's mine, by the way.
Right. Well, so folks, again, as mentioned, this is a new show. We're going to be doing these. We're going to be talking on these flights outbound. We're on the flight here. Obviously, we're coming out of Houston for San Juan, Puerto Rico. Little snafu with the front office, and they're going. They messed up getting us out of Dallas. They had to send us out of Houston. So they promised. They apologized. And from now on, we're going out of Dallas, Pete. So they
yes, I'm just glad I'm not taking a bus.
Yeah, they're going to comp us the $5 extra drink.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm going to get myself a Bloody Mary.
Drink. When is that coming around?
That's coming about there too. That's how the show works. Again, we just do some shooting the breeze about that last game. We cut it off for drinks, and then we made our flight. Then we pick you back up on the approach where we're talking about our next game. So we don't want to spend too much time just with the pleasantries here. But how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
You comfortable? So
yes, sir.
We got the whole aisle here. Right now I'm on the window. Pete's on the aisle, and we got our producer in the middle seat. He's got the laptop and the tablet set with all the gear, because Pete's got to stretch that long leg out on the trip people coming up and down.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you like this show, but I know who's not going to like this show. It's the people right in the row in front of us who are going to hear every single word.
No, they will not, but we don't care.
Yes. So, anywho, how about that last game?
How about it, man? What a big game that was. Again, I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned with the closing pitching.
Yeah. You mentioned, Pete mentioned this before the season. Twist Gutierrez, is that our guy?
Yes.
Yeah. Twisty, not the greatest closer, but when the season starts, you gotta give him some. You gotta let him play. You gotta see how people do. You may have a diamond in the rough. You may have someone who on paper is not all that impressive, and then all of a sudden he gets out there like, this guy's pretty good. I think Smack Avery did that for me when we were back in Phoenix. He wasn't supposed to be all that great, but he ended up performing really well.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping, like you say, it's still early, but he did give up. He not only gave up the lead, but he gave up the game in that first preseason game, and then he winds up giving up the lead in the first regular season game. So
yeah,
he's gonna have to. Yeah, he's gonna have to get it under control. Maybe some development. We could get something going for him development-wise. But yeah, he's kind of shaky.
Yeah, that's true. I think, but back when we were in Phoenix, the whole ownership situation there was we just paid for the top talent. We didn't like someone, we dropped them, and we moved on. And we had some veteran players, and it did well for the Beagles. We won the championship, 2 seasons back, 2020. What the heck is that? 2022.
But we only won one.
Yeah. But made the playoffs every year. But anyway, the point being, had no wiggle room for development funds. Here we got a different situation. We've got a team that's looks like competitive. I like that we've got scholarly guys, and it's just yeah. I mean, I think we'll take a look at Twist, let him play a little bit. We got to give him some outings, and I think maybe in the interim we sort of avoid using him if we don't have to. We stick with the reliever, unless we got a comfortable lead, and then bring him in and let him.
Yeah.
We had a 2-run lead.
Yeah,
it wasn't comfortable.
Definitely got to be more than 2 runs.
Yeah.
Because we had a 2-run lead in that exhibition game, and we had a 2-run lead in the regular season game, and like I say, that didn't seem to be enough for him.
No, but other than that, we had what's her name, Dana Uppers come in there to relieve in that first game.
Yeah,
and she
did real good.
Yeah, I was scared when I saw her stats, where her her attributes. I thought, oh my gosh, we had such a great game from Tobias Glover. I thought when we moved out, from Phoenix, that we were gonna say goodbye to that stellar pitching. We had 4 great pitchers. It was real easy to, and here it wasn't. It doesn't look like it's going to be as easy, but Tobias Glover really showed up.
Yeah, and he looked good in the preseason as well. But I just wanted to throw this out here.
Mm-hmm.
Closing pitcher, scholarly, elite slider, Judy Hunt. Overall A, she's got 76 velocity, 73 junk, and a 95 accuracy.
Yeah, well, she's on the free agent list.
Wire.
Yes,
right.
Yes, now. I know, and that's so. Yeah, we talked about that before too. She's available, and we can afford her. Like we have twice that much. Yeah. You could just pull the trigger on that today, but I still think
I agree. I want to give him a chance. Let's give him a chance.
Yeah. Well, not only it's twofold. Give him a chance, and then also let that salary, that ridiculous requirement of hers, come down. She's asking for, $16 million. Our top payers, I think, are a left fielder and our third baseman, Swindle Heath, and I forget who's unless Bray Bellamy.
Bray Bellamy, yeah. Both of them A-minuses though.
And they're making $11 million. So
11.3.
I think what that would do to the team to bring in someone to make it 16 to just close.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think we should, maybe before the next game we star her, just keep an eye on her, keep her in the feed.
There you go.
And
I would agree with that.
Light a little fire under Twists as well.
Yeah. Every time he walks by our office, we'll just go, "Hey, did you see who's on the way?"
Yeah. Oh, your price is coming down. You got some competition, don't you? It's like, hey, get out of here. But what I didn't say about Dana Uppers, though, is she came out and she played a lot. She pitched a lot better than she should have. And against the championship team, we looked good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's ranked C-, only at 27 velocity, 33 junk. But she's got that 68 accuracy, and boy, she was able to use it. She's crafty. So, yeah, she showed that. She was she was solid. I like her in a long relief role. So, if we need somebody to come in the 7th. Typically, again, good 1-2 punch, Tobias Glover and Dana Uppers, although Leland Bull was also a pretty good second swing. For, he did a great job. Who did he come in after? He came in after Fernando Beefy, so that's another good 1-2 punch there. They seem to lock it down as well. Yeah.
And like you mentioned, I'm just looking on my little screen here, Twist Gutierrez gets the win. He's got a 16 ERA, and he's 1-0.
Yeah, that's the thing it's hysterical. His ERA, his horse, is terrible. 18. It's an 18.
Yeah.
Although he only gave up 2 runs. But 1-0 with an 18 ERA. So there you go. After 1 game.
So then after the game, management gets, what's-his-face walks into the clubhouse and is upset that a couple guys upset they didn't play. They're like, this is the first game. We didn't, to their argument, we didn't have any subs. We could have subbed. In fact, I thought there was a point we missed where we could have done a sub for a base runner. But I don't know. I don't know why you're gonna go with. I think it's just an ego thing, and coach ended up telling the reliever, look, we'll put you in when we put you in, and now he's pissing and moaning about the clubhouse. So
right, and he'll get an opportunity.
He's gonna get in. He's gonna get in quick. We're gonna call on him soon. He's a starter / reliever.
Right. Same thing with Keely Longcaster, though. I mean, he'll get in. I thought we played it well. I mean, when you're in a tight game and you got your starters out there, why bring in the backups? Yeah,
right.
They're not as good as the starters are. I know why they did it, because they were looking for they were looking for a spark. They were trying to get something going. I think we played it. I think we played it well,
Yeah.
and I think it paid off in the end. Our starters wound up coming through in the end. They are a good hitting team that just wasn't hitting the ball. So if you felt like at some point something had to give.
Yeah.
You had mentioned a couple times during the game that you were afraid it was going to be them. They were all of a sudden going to start breaking loose, and we did it the wrong way around. We actually did it with power, which this team's not really supposed to have. So
yeah, but they hit home runs every time we see them.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't expect to win that first game. I prepared myself to be ready for that loss. And we probably should have, but yeah, we pulled that one out. It's really good. But,
yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Game.
It looks like they're getting the cart ready. They're getting the drinks ready to come out here. So that's we're gonna take a break here. We're gonna do read our books, take a catch. We'll pick you back up on the tail end of this when we're coming in for approach. We're gonna talk a little bit about the swordfish and what we want to do to prepare for this next game. You good, Pete?
Yeah, I've got it in my contract actually. Once the drink cart starts to move, the microphones get turned off.
All right. Oh yeah, ma'am. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take a cup of coffee, but you gotta come back. I'm gonna get the.
I need the double. I'm gonna need the double.
All right, folks. We'll catch up with you in just a few minutes here. Sorry about that. I got my headset out. Pete's almost ready. He's coming back from the bathroom. Actually, they just made the announcement that we're going to be coming in for the approach here, so you can see off in the distance there, San Juan, Puerto Rico. We got some work done here on the flight. Got a little nap. Got the drinks, whatnot. Got the headphones on now. We're getting ready to pick up this next segment, where we're going to switch gears and start talking about the upcoming game against the Swordfish at Castillo Arena. It's the first time we're leaving the country for Super Mega 4. We have 2 trips this year. We got another one out to Monterrey, Mexico, to play the Heaters later in the season. But this is this is also the home opener for the Swordfish in Castillo Arena. So that's going to be a big game for them. It's going to be tough. But anyway, it looks like Pete's getting almost ready here. He's settling into his seat, going to put his headset on. We got our producer Steve in between us here, and Steve's going to keep us from fighting. Steve's got my extra chips. I just wanted the brownie chip things on the way down. That's all I need. Dad, I got my coffee earlier. The Ramblers comped us a soft, free hard drink for the trouble. And okay, it looks like we're getting ready here, folks. So hold on, just give me a moment here. This Pete gets himself ready. Don't pop in. Just one moment. All right, we're back here. We just got the note. Sounds like we're going to be making our approach down into San Juan, looking off the wing there. Looks like you can already see Puerto Rico. Our last game 2 days ago. Our next one in 2 days. We're coming in a day early so we can spend some time sightseeing tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Go down, hit the beach. But so anyway, let's use this moment as we're making our approach, coming in to land, talk about kind of the game. I'm just looking at some of the stats now. I don't know if you are or can. I guess, can you see the stats or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you can. Okay. Yeah. So
I'm looking at the same screen you are.
Oh, okay.
I'm
okay.
looking over the shoulder, the same guy.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, Corbin Huerta's going to need to step. He's our designated hitter, and he was over 3.
Yeah, which is uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah. We're going to need to see that. Then we got Kid Paul, Marcus Merley didn't do it. John Contreras is over 3. I think Huerta and Contreras are going to hit in this next game. They're not going to be held back that long.
No, I don't. I agree.
when you got your your bench players,
Yeah.
they're actually go to the roster. Yeah, some of our bench players. I'm looking. Hold on a second here. Yeah, here they are.
Yeah, like I say, if we get out in front of the swordfish, and we get a nice lead, we could start to bring in some of these other guys. Or if we fall so far behind and we need something to kind of spur us on, we could definitely pull in some new blood.
So yeah, I mean, Kalai Lancaster. We're looking at like left field for Swindle. I mean, we're not gonna. If we get ahead, to sort of appease these guys or crybabies and all that, so we can put Kalai Lancaster in for Swindle Heath some part in the game, keep him happy. It was what's his face here, More Reliable was the one he's actually our best pitcher. So I guess I can see why. So now he's kind of upset. We could put him in as reliever. He's starter / reliever, so he could relieve Fernando Beefy. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
We need to relieve it. He could probably go. I don't know what kind of stamina he's got, but he could probably. He's disciplined. He's got an elite fastball. He's got the 4-finger curveball, the changeup, choke accuracy overall. He's good fielder too. Yeah, he'll relieve, and then I don't know. Maybe he'll get a boost in his attitude.
I would think so. I mean, because that's the whole thing. Is they're like, well, you want to get him in there.
Yeah.
So I figure if we get him in there, he should be happy, right?
Yeah. So that looks good. All right. So I'm taking a quick look at the swordfish. What's that?
I was going to do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's see here. Okay, so they got four hitters. Memphis Thirsty, the catcher. He's hitting 667, went 2 for 3 in the first game.
Yeah.
2 singles. Red Sportsman, the shortstop, he was 1 for 3. And then Vivian Sanchez, the center fielder, 1 for 3.
Yeah.
Although Viviana, 1 for 3, 2 total bases. She hit a double. She doubled.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Memphis Thirsty got 2 hits.
Yeah. And then Isaiah Corona, 1 for 3, 1 total base.
So I guess if you look at their players and everything like that. Which one is the? Okay, they got 2 catchers. So Thirsty, Thirsty's their top guy. So the top guy performed. He's making $12.5 million. He's an A- ranked catcher. He's pretty darn good. A 35-year-old. He's got 80 for an arm. We're not going to be stealing against Memphis Thirsty down in Castile Arena. They're going to be fighting mad too. Spirited player, good contact against right-handers, likes his pitches down. Yeah, so we gotta worry about him. He'll be in. Valerie Cano was also playing because she's a catcher. Would they take him out? I'm looking at who else stands out. Like I'm looking at salaries, thinking that's an indicator of what these they got. Wow, they got
one might be a designated hitter though.
That's true. Look, they got
just like with us and the center fielders. We got 2 center fielders, but one's a designated hitter.
Yeah, I'm looking at their roster right now. They got 4 players who are making double digits, or 3.
3.
Yeah, they got Caleb Lee's making over 10 and Neville McGee's making over 10. 2 of their starters.
And Neville McGee's only a B+.
Yeah.
Although he's got 74 velocity, 67 junk, and 51 accuracy. So, and he's got 4 pitches: 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, curveball, and a slider with an elite 4-finger.
Oh yeah. And we're going to be facing him.
Are we?
In the next game, yeah. I believe so, right? If I go...
We got Caleb Lee as the first.
Neville
McGee, yeah.
Mostly velocity, good junk, good accuracy.
Yeah. Fernando Beefy versus Neville McGee. Fernando Beefy is solid.
Yeah.
Got no attributes, but Neville McGee's got that elite four-finger.
Let's see, teams. Yeah, change the team. That's these guys again. Sword. I don't know what else to think about the swordfish. Isaiah Caroni, they long. They only have. Oh no, they actually got. I don't know what their the dimensions are for their team. It looks like it's small. Castillo Arena is going to be a little bit smaller of a venue. It might be a good place to hit home runs. I don't have the dimensions on here, but I'm looking at like the chart. It's saying something about. It looks like it's not that all that deep out there. Yeah, so they got a lot of. They've got talent though. As you go down, a lot of A's and B's. They only have one. No, they have two players. Hetty Deputy at second base and Curly Turner in right field are C pluses. That's their lowest ranked players is C plus. They should be really good.
Yeah.
What are they mostly known as? They are power hitters. Contact specialists against power hitters. They got better power than us. We got better contact than us. They're fast. They're faster. We're better defensive. They have a better rotation and a better bullpen. But I mean, that said, you know, our pitchers pitched well in their last game. I hope it's not a fluke, but they on paper they should beat us.
They have 8 players that are under 50% power.
Okay. Well, but they said they're power hitters. I guess those ones that are above must really have power.
They got 14 players who are over 60% power.
Yeah.
Neville McGee, 89% power. Truth Malone is 88% power. Memphis Thirsty, 81%. Yeah, these guys can go deep on you quick.
We got to be careful against our pitchers. We got to be careful when we throw to them. And they got to. Yeah. This is going to be their home opener too.
They've got so many people who have just crap arms.
They're going to want to see this thing. They're going to
Curly Turner has 95. Memphis Thirsty with 80. But then you get down to Joshua Lindsay 50, Clyde Henry 40, Jude Benitez 40, Viviana Sanchez 33, Hetty Deputy 16.
Wow.
Second baseman infielder. Viviana Sanchez. So if she's out in the field, run on her all the time.
Who is she? What does she play?
She plays left field, outfield. I mean center field, out.
Sanchez.
Yeah.
Go deep.
So she's a good fielder, but she's got a 33 arm. So
Yeah.
If it's deep and she's got to chase it to the wall and you get the second, go to third. Don't even stop because she's
slow and she's got no arm. Yeah.
Yeah. She's got no arm.
Well, we're gonna look for Sanchez in center field. We're gonna hope for that to see that. Well, I saw some come up on my league ticker on my phone here, and it said for strikeouts, Hurley Bender's got 7 already.
Bender does?
Yeah. So he
lost.
Stolen bases.
Stolen one.
Windy Wheels and Nance Tools. And Windy Wheels is leading the league in 2 stolen bases. Nance Tools has 1, along with Kid Paul. But 2 Moonstars because of us. We couldn't throw out and our catcher's got a fine arm, I thought.
I think he's a little bit better than average. I don't think he's that great.
Yeah, but I mean, our time in Arizona, that was something we really didn't have much. I mean, we finally picked up what's her name? She could gun people down, stopped people
Yeah.
from running. But
I was gonna say, but nobody ran on her.
yeah, but that was nice having that there. You know, big deterrent. I thought when I looked at our catchers before the preseason, I thought they looked pretty good. Yeah, we got Ken Bernal and Maximiliano. Maximiliano LeBlanc was catching mostly. Okay, but LeBlanc has a 71 arm. Bernal has an 87. So we could always bring in Bernal. He's not the fielder. LeBlanc's a much better fielder, 81. Bernal's a 35 fielder. But if we need someone back there to keep people from running, Bernal might be the guy to pop in a pinch.
Yeah, like it might have been smart of us to put Bernal in the top of the ninth.
Yeah.
Against the Moonstars, because they would have stopped some of those steals, which wound up.
We could have pinched and run him. I mean, even though he's not a fast runner, he's a 48 as opposed to a 14. LeBlanc's a 14. He shuffles along. But yeah, that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah,
we can do.
But now we know. We get in that situation again. We'll pull Bernal in.
Yeah, we can do. All right. Well, it looks like we're on final here now, so we're gonna be landing in just a few minutes. We got to put away our electronic devices. But yeah, let's have a nice time here in San Juan. We'll see you.
Yes, sir. See
you folks at the park in a couple days. Show up for our first road game. 2 exhibition teams. It's another first. And then then we'll do this again on the road back home.
Yes, sir. And hopefully we'll be talking about another win.
We will. All right. Thanks. I like this series. Let's keep going.
Yes, sir. I'll be here.
All right. Bye, folks. We gotta go.